Well, we played well in non-conference play. We tied for the most wins in non-conference play since I think 2003. Since one of our assistant coaches, Coach Fletcher, was a player on that team that went to the NCAA tournament. So we're really pleased with where we were in non-conference, and had a couple of near misses amongst those games that really would have generated some national attention. Had a close loss at USC that we led. They were ranked undefeated and ranked in the top 25 at the time, and we led for the most of the game. And then I turned around and another tough loss at Wyoming, where we led by 10 in the second half, who was 10-2 and undefeated at home at the time. So we've had a couple of near misses along the way that would have made the non-conference even better. And now we've come out in league play, had a tough loss at South Alabama, but rebounded with a really good win at Georgia State, and then came back and had a really good win against UTA, and then lost a tough game on Monday to Texas State. What's going to be a typical game in this league this year, just a dogfight night in and night out.
Coach, you have a number of student athletes on your team that can really shoot the ball from three-point range, and you lead the conference in three-pointers made. What's really been the key for your team in hitting those long-distance shots this year?
Well, we've added a couple guys to our roster who have helped, namely Juan Davis, who's really shooting the ball really hot from the three-point line since we've gotten into league play. But he and Kevin Baker, those two guys, they were recruited and added to the team, and their strength, both of them strength offensively, shooting the three-pointer. Wesley Person has been consistent his entire career here. He's been a 38% shooter the whole time. The one guy who's really changed us from a percentage perspective is Jeremy Holloman, who had just a tough year as a junior, but has come back and has really come back strong his senior year, and is up almost a 50% shooter. And we challenged him before the year. There was a young man, Justin Roberson from ULM, who last year I think was in the mid-40s, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. But if you go back and look at his stats from 2 years ago as a junior, his first year as a junior college transfer, just like Jeremy, he shot 18% as a junior from the three-point line. So we said, Jeremy, hey, here's a great example of a guy who made a dramatic change, and we think you can do the same. And to his credit, he's worked his tail off all summer, and he's increased his percentage. So those four guys, and then Jordan Bernardo doesn't shoot a whole lot, but he shoots a pretty good percentage. He slips a little bit in league play. But those guys are the main three-point shooters for us.
So the next question was about Jordan Bernardo. You just mentioned him briefly. One of the best big men in the league, really a force inside for your team, leader in blocks and points per game. What does he bring to your team night in and night out?
Well, I think the first thing that stands out about Jordan is his versatility. He has the ability to stretch the floor. He can shoot the three. Again, he struggled a little bit in league play, but overall he shot the ball well. And then he's really efficient around the basket. He has a natural scorer's ability, just kind of finds a way to make tough shots, and he can score off the offensive glass. When he goes, we'd like to get him to go a little harder. But then he's a really good defensive rebounder as well, and he can block shots. He's like his brother. He's got that natural shot blocking ability. And so again, he's just a versatile player who can play on both sides of the ball.
Coach, this upcoming stretch for you has you heading to Arkansas State and Little Rock. Can you just preview those two games coming up for your team?
Well, both those teams had terrific non-conference portions of their schedule. I mean, if you look at the wins, obviously the Arkansas State win at Georgetown is one of the best wins our league's had in a while, and Little Rock has been very consistent. They've been it's tough sometimes when you go from assistant to the head coach and coming off that kind of success, but they seem to have settled down, and I look at them, they look like you would expect, one of Coach Flanagan's teams to be just a hard-playing, tough, physical team. So I think they've really are going to be at the top of the league all year. And in Arkansas State, back to them, we play them on Saturday. They're really unique in the sense that they probably haven't had time to recruit big guys in there, but they've taken all those guards. They returned two of the best guards in the league, in Carter and Thomas, but then they've added some transfers in there, and just in studying them this week, I really like how they're playing, and they're just so difficult to guard because they spread out and they can shoot the three-pointer from a lot of different spots, and they're just really a good ball control, disciplined team offensively, and then just even though they don't have much size, they really play hard defensively and play smart and pack it in, and so both of those teams are, I think, two of the better teams in the league, and they're two of the best home venues in the league in terms of getting the crowd in there and making a difference in the game. So it'll be a tough stretch for anybody, playing these two Arkansas schools.
Coach, we'll go to questions from Whitney Hayworth of the Sunbelt Digital Network.
Good morning, Coach. Just one quick question. You kind of went up and down your roster a little bit, but one person you did not mention is Devon Walker. What have you seen him bring to the team this year?
Well, when we started recruiting Devon, the thing that stood out about Devon, when you talk to the people who had been around him, whether it be in high school or there at the University of Florida, was they praised his character so much. And now that we've been around him since he got here last summer, that's his greatest ability. He's a high character guy. He comes to work every day. He's been such a really good leader for our team. In fact, we challenged him after we saw those same leadership abilities throughout the summer. We challenged him to fall, hey, be the leader of the team. Even though you're a fifth-year grad transfer, hadn't been around these guys real long, you've already shown everybody you got tremendous work ethic. You've shown everybody just the selflessness that it takes to be a leader, and we challenged him to be the leader, and he's taken that role. And so those are the first things, just the personality characteristics that he has of selflessness and just toughness and work ethic every day means so much. But then as a player, what he's done for us on the floor is he's made us such a better rebounding team. We've probably made one of the most dramatic jumps in the country in terms of rebound margin. And a lot of that's been because he's a big wing, he's got great size, athleticism, and then he goes after it on both ends of the ball, both offensively and defensively rebounding. So he's added a whole lot to our team from a physical standpoint as well in terms of rebounding and defending. I mean, now we've got somebody who can take a wing for the other team and feel like we've really got a good chance at that matchup.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great day.